All right, everybody. So I typically don't talk about specific industries in these videos because, well, what works for some industries doesn't work for all industries. And this is what I'm talking about are things that I've experienced, and things are more of a guideline versus an actual guide, right? This is more of a, here's what I've experienced. Here's kind of some things that you should be on the lookout for. It's not necessarily something that wouldn't work for your industry. That doesn't work for my industry. So one thing I do want to address today is about a specific industry, and it's something I see all the time, and it's, can I make money 3D printing? Well, the answer is yes, you can. Because you see, 3D printing is just like any other business. You just have to figure out what works and what doesn't. You see, ultimately, people are doing things the wrong way. And 3D printing, while isn't anything new, running a 3D printing business is relatively new. Now, yeah, sure, you can go back 3 years, 4 years, whatever, and find that people have been doing it. What I mean by new is more or less in the grand scheme of things, right? IT businesses have been running for decades. Retail, brick and mortar, decades, centuries. People know what they're doing. 3D printing as a business, outside of commercial, it's relatively new. And so a lot of people don't understand how they make money. What you will find is a lot of people print trinkets and they go to craft fairs. But from a business perspective, craft fairs, they are not profitable, especially over a long period of time. Because if you have one trinket, you're gonna have multiple colors. The result of that, multiple SKUs. Multiple SKUs means money because you have to keep everything on hand. Me, I don't keep a lot of filament on hand. The reason I don't, money. It is a lot easier to have somebody come to me and say, hey, I found this print, I found this model, print it for me. This is what color I want. So I charge them accordingly. And then after that, I have all this filament left over that I can use in future prints. So you can't do it, you just gotta do it right. Start listening to people. That's the big thing, hear them. You're gonna find a lot of people doing trinkets, doing prints, doing craft fairs, people going on Etsy, and they're not making any money. And if they are, they're making pennies on the dollar. That is not good business strategy because at the end of the day, it is about making money. It's more than just paying for your hobby. It is about making money. I'm not in business to be a charity. I'm not in business to give things out for free. I'm not in business as a hobby. I am in business to be a business. I want to make money. So how do I do that? How do I make money 3D printing? I'll tell you. The concept is relatively simple. I'm an ad hoc. I'm a service. I don't sell individual prints. The reason I don't sell individual prints, well, there's a lot of reasons, but number one, money. I have to keep this stuff on hand. I have to have it readily available for people to come and look at. That's not good business. If you don't know what people want, you can't sell them stuff. Now, if you're a marketing genius, 100%, have at it. Tell people they need it. But at the end of the day, trinkets, people don't need those. It's a novelty. It's something you're gonna see at a gift store. And that stuff sits there for a long time. That's not good business, guys. So my business, how I've made money, I don't really advertise, right? I don't have Google ads, Facebook ads, anything like that. People find me. Now, how do people find me? Well, I said I don't advertise, and that's a little bit of a lie, and I'll clarify that in a minute. I rely on my website. My website is WordPress. It's self-hosted. It's a little different than a lot of people have access to, but I know a company that can host your website for you for relatively inexpensive. What I've done is I've created a very simple website. All it does is talk about 3D printing. My website is indexed with Google. So when people Google 3D printing near me, 3D printing in Central Illinois, what 3D printing, whatever, right? My name is gonna pop up with a phone number, and people call me all the time. I get customers, so I'm in Chatham, Illinois, right? So just south of Springfield, I get people from Peoria calling me, which is a little over an hour and a half away. I get people in Kankakee calling me, and I think that's like 3 hours away, something like that. So, at the end of the day, I don't spend money in advertising. Now, I do advertise because I do go to my local Facebook groups, right? The Chatham group, the other areas around me, and I just say, hey, I've got 3D printers. That's it. And what that does for me is, number one, services are not taxable in the state of Illinois. Obviously, you need to check yours. So from an accounting perspective, it's a lot easier. It's one less thing I have to obtain. Now, of course, when services are taxable, that changes things, right? I do have to get my ST9 or ST1, whatever it is, for this business. So I don't have to worry about that yet. I don't have to worry about stock. I don't have to keep a bunch of things on hand to sell. The other thing is my pricing is relatively simple, right? At one point I was $2.39 per print hour. I've changed things because obviously I need to grow my business. It's a lot easier to be an ad hoc, right? People call me. I don't have to worry about copyright. I don't have to worry about that because I'm not selling a product. I am selling a service. I am leasing my printers to an individual to print. So if they go to Etsy, they purchase the STL of the model on Etsy and they want it printed, well, cool. I have printers. You pay me X amount of dollars and we'll print it for you. That's it. That's my business. That's how I make money. I started my business a little over 3.5 years ago. I have more than paid for my printers. I have more than paid for the filament that I have on hand. So, guys, that's how you make money 3D printing. Don't sell individual prints. Don't get on Etsy. They're going to take a chunk of your money. Don't try to sell little trinkets at craft fairs because it's just not going to make you money. It's not worth it. However, there's a caveat to craft fairs that I want to talk about, but I'm going to get to that in the next video. With that said, we got a lot of stuff coming. We're going to talk 3D printing over the next couple episodes, guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys for watching. Thumbs up, bell, all that stuff. We're going to be talking 3D printing over the next couple episodes. I'm really excited. It's something I'm passionate about. So, guys, I will see you in the next video.